Hello, lovelies. How are you all? Hope you are all doing well. So today I am preparing some jollof rice. So beginning the Daniel first series as I promised. So here we go. At a glance is all the ingredients, or let me say some of the ingredients that I am going to use major mainly actually the vegetables and the garlic and ginger and whatnot. So I have put a little bit of oil on this, and I am going to put this in the oven for about 25-30 minutes ish, just to roast all the vegetables to bring out all the delicious sweetness from it. So that is actually a technique that I use when I am cooking vegan. I like to roast some of the vegetables, or sometimes I will probably just put it on the fire. If it's not, just dry roast it a little bit. So I have got over here my suya spice, and I have got some organic tofu. Usually tofu is not allowed, but this particular brand is different. It's only got the two main ingredients. It's got soybeans water and then a little bit of a firming agent, and that's it. So I lay my tofu flat on a plate, and make sure that you put a tissue or a napkin or something like that, both at the bottom and on top, and then put a really heavy pan on top of it. If you can see, or as you can see, I have actually layered my pan. Okay, so there we have got 3 pans on it, and I put it on top just to drain all the water to make it nice and firm for me. So here my vegetables has been roasted, and I am happy with how it is looking now. And I am going to blend these. Okay, I'll blend all of these vegetables. So over here I have got my pan, and I am going to start off with some tomato puree. As you can see, it's only got one ingredient, so it's got the tomatoes and citric acid, and that's it. So in there I've got my bay leaves, and then I just give this a stir. Usually I should be using less oil than this. So yeah, I actually eyeball my ingredients. I don't usually measure it. So if you can actually reduce the oil, please do so, because the main thing is to forgo some of these things that we indulge in, and just to discipline ourselves from some ingredients that may not necessarily be so good for us. So I have put all of my ingredients in the blender, and I am just going to blend this. So it's just the stock from the vegetables. I drain it back into the blender, and over here I have got my nkete, which is called aniseed, and then I have got my esruwisa as well, and then wentia, which is grains of psyllium. What's the word for esruwisa again? I cannot remember the English word. This one is wentia. I have removed the seeds. So this one is grains of psyllium or wentia. I've removed the seeds from it, and then I've got the aniseed, and this one is habanero pepper that I am adding as well. So aniseed, my wentia, and esruwisa. I cannot remember the English word for it. It's kind of similar to peppercorns. So I've got all that in there, and then I give this a blend. So I like to pause this first, and then I blend it after. So just look at the colors. Look at these rainbow colors. Oh, it's just giving me joy. So I like to blend this properly, especially when I'm making jollof rice, but it is up to you how you want to blend it. I like mine in the middle. Some people will like it really blended, and others not so much. So it is up to you how you actually want it in terms of the consistency. And also notice that I didn't add any water to it, because there was no need to add the water. So there we go. So I fry this again for about maybe 20 minutes ish or more, and then I season it with salt. And over here my tofu is okay. I firmed this. I left this probably for about 40 minutes at least. So 40 minutes to 1 hour or even more if you have the time. Okay, because the more drain the water, the better it will be able to take on all the flavors that we are actually going to add. So I am just going to cut this and cube it because I am going to use it to make kebabs. So I am just cutting it into the shapes that I desire. So just go ahead and cut it into shapes that you desire. So my stew or the tomato-based sauce is ready, and I have put some aside for my tofu because that's what I am going to use to season or flavor my tofu. So I leave it on the fire so that it will be able to take on the flavors properly. And it is actually at a very low heat. So I have put it on the lowest heat setting. Because if you don't do it that way, it might get burned. And we don't want that. And over here, I have got my rice. This one, we call it chinkafa in Ghana, prevalent in the northern parts of Ghana. And I love this rice so much. If you want to know how to cook this rice, it is just like you cook jollof rice. If you want to know how to wash it, because usually it is usually dirty because it's a locally grown rice, unrefined. So make sure you check out a video that I will link, my chinkafa recipe, and you will find how to wash this. So as you saw, I flavor this, or I season this with some curry powder and some nutmeg as well. And now it is time to just assemble my kebab. So first I go in with tofu, and then I go in with pepper. I have got bell pepper here, another tofu, and then some onion, and then another tofu. Sometimes I'll put onion, sometimes I'll put bell pepper. It is perfectly up to you what kind of vegetables that you want to use. You can use carrots or whatever, red bell pepper or whatever you would like to use is perfectly fine. So all of this is perfectly assembled. On the other side, I have just crumbled some of the tofu. That's all I've done. So I just sprinkle on my suya spice. So I just make sure that all the parts of the tofu have got some of the suya spice, and then after I have done that, I put this in the oven. So I am very generous with the suya spice because this is actually the main star of the kebab here. Yeah, the stew is as important as well, but yes, I love my suya spice, so I am just going to be generous with it. So once I have done that, it goes into the oven for about 20 minutes on, let's say, about 200 degrees Celsius. So there we have it. It is out and it is looking good. And equally, my rice is ready as well. And I have got some vegetables on the side, my salad with some nuts and pomegranates. I so love nuts with pomegranates. And yes, kebab, my chinkafa or jollof rice, chinkafa jollof, whatever you want to call it, and my tofu kebabs, and it is looking so delicious. As I said again, please do check out my chinkafa recipe in terms of how to wash this particular local rice that we have in Ghana and in other parts of West Africa. If you check the video, you will know how to wash it and how to cook it. The cooking is just like you will cook jollof rice, because this particular rice is not as tough as brown rice that we have here. It cooks very quickly. So the main thing to master is just the washing process, and that's it. Mind you that in the other video, I had fish in it, but of course I couldn't have fish in this one because this one is vegan and it is also supposed to be a Daniel fast recipe, so I couldn't actually put the fish in it. So that's the only difference. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you like this, and I hope this actually gives you some inspiration on some of the foods that you can actually have in terms of dinner or lunch or whatever, maybe even breakfast. So Hope I was able to help you, and thanks a lot for watching. Take care of yourself. I love you all, and God bless you. Bye for now.